Yo guys, Korbelz back here with you for another Warlords Redux stream tonight. Not quite doing Reforger quite yet. So let's get everything set up. Code open up. This is interesting. Reforger code. Folder. Oh, got to find where. There we go. We are back on our Redux. There we go. Sweet. Okay, so let's open up github. There we go. Okay, so let's go find our to-do list. It's in for you guys. Okay. So stuff for this week. I guess it's been 2 weeks. Just things I've been collecting. I need to test the mortar rearm and then balance it. I gotta make sure it's actually working with the rearm timer because people on official may be abusing something with this. I'm not sure, totally sure, but we're gonna go test it anyways. The team kill threshold. We're gonna lower this, and we might see if we can randomize the timer, because there's a guy on official server or EU11. Even though our code isn't directly on EU11, he's basically just abusing the system. It's not either he's sitting the penalty constantly, or he's basically found a way to avoid the penalty. So we're gonna have to change it up. Because yeah, people are finding ways to avoid the team kill penalty. Because he was literally killing people almost nonstop. It was ridiculous. I mean, it wasn't quite nonstop, but it was like a constant stream of team killing, and yeah, it was really stupid. Um, we're gonna look at the sector reset code, and we may. This is highly speculative here, but we may add a force reset for like, I don't know, 10,000 CP or something instead of the vote system reset. That's like 500. I think the voting open up in a vote is like 500 CP, but we may just add a force reset because I had a team again on EU11 that basically refused to reset a zone. Either they were just incompetent or didn't care, or I don't know, dude. It was incredibly frustrating because we were losing zones and I couldn't do anything to help them counterattack. Because the trick about Warlords is never defend, man. Never ever defend. Always be on the attack. But you can't do that if your sector won't team won't allow you to reset the sector. And then we're gonna keep working on team balance code. So very first thing, we need to get into game and test mortar Steam going. And our plan for tonight is we're gonna do about 2-ish hours. Maybe I'm 1 or 2 hours of Redux, and then we're gonna do like 1 or 2 hours of Reforger. And a Forge stream is going to be super boring because it's literally just going to be more reading manuals. But next week for Reforger is going to start to be pretty fun. So when we're going to start doing stuff. Steam here. My drink, huh? Yep. And I saw on GitHub that the Worse Than Vet guys apparently have updated U11, but I have no idea if it's actually on the server or not. I haven't jumped on to check. So if they did, congrats to everybody that got some bug fixes. I didn't even see what they're. I think one of them was CP transfer. I didn't even look at the other ones. Yeah, so let's test some mortars. Say what we'll
Warlords
capture.
protocol initialized.
Wow, that is loud.
Voting
Smokes.
for the next sector.
Gotta turn that down a little bit.
Target down.
Select sector.
Oh, you know, if we have time tonight, I don't think we will, because we're going to be spending most of our
selected.
thinking time on the team balance thing. But once to add fixing
Select destination.
the AT and AA
Destination
launchers
selected.
from falling over. I think I have an idea of how to fix those. Still impressive that lags my new computer out. You have the wrong controls. What's that, guys? Yep. Ah. Gotta imagine actually trying to use your keyboard to play this game. Terrific. So we'll cap this, we'll set a mortar up. We will test the resupply timer, make sure it works, and then we still have to go in and we're going to jive up our prices with the EU11 prices because it makes sense. People are definitely, the EU11 prices are better prices because even with the 10,000 CP price on mortars, people are still abusing mortar. Bad. Where is the zone at? Okay, there it is. Because I was on EU11 this week, and some guy was literally sitting there bragging because they have a bunch of. So I have this version of Redux limited to 2 AI, purely to stop people from abusing stuff, but they don't have limited AI on EU11. So some guy was bragging about having 5 mortars and having 5 AI on his mortars, and just using them as like on-call artillery, like in the center of the map. I was like, oh my god, dude, it's it's basically the Rhino MGS all over again, but worse. Okay, so our rearm test, we're gonna test with a box and with a truck. Not 100% sure how I'm gonna do the box. Anyway, I'll just call the box in, and then I'll call the mortar next to the box. That's what we'll do. Yo! How
Sector seized. Voting for the next
do you
sector.
pronounce your name? Evokin? Evo Nick? Okay, so
Select
survival sector, and let's get this mortar resupply spot set up. First thing we're gonna do is resupply vehicle ammo.
Select drop zone. Airdrop in progress. Sector
Oh, this is something
selected.
else that's missing from EU11, I found out. I was on testing stuff on there. They don't have those markers because their spawn system is different. Well, I think they do for boxes, but not for vehicles. It's kind of weird. Put it on their GitHub page, but I don't. It's one of the few things I didn't actually have like a concrete solution for. So normally, if I report anything on the GitHub page, I try to leave a solution for it. I don't want to leave people hanging. And I'm pretty sure the mortar just spawns right on me. I've never actually, other than like the day I put them in test. Sure. Where is mortar? Is okay. We have 8 HE. Get wrecked aircraft carrier. If those are actually gonna hit the aircraft carrier. Oh, those are way short. Okay, how do I get out of this? Okay, cool. It has from the box. The rearm timer works. Let's call in a vehicle.
Select drop zone. Airdrop in progress.
So yeah, that's the marker that's missing from U11. And I don't know exactly what part of their spawn code removed that, but I feel bad I wasn't actually able to give them a exact solution. I'd alt tab there just for 1 second. Hey, giving you guys a black screen, but make sure my volume was actually on. Oh, X is not the get out button. I literally been sitting there hitting X. Playing Reforger too much. This is awkward. Sit here and wait. I don't want to wait. Let's call in a new mortar. Okay, well. This. I have no idea what that rearmed off. So. Didn't actually see if the rearm system was working either, so. Fire, fire, fire. Yes, rearm system's working. Okay, and it worked off the truck. Right, so I'm seriously just hitting X trying to get out of everything. Okay, and just for lulz, we're going to buy a Black Wasp.
Select sector.
Take off really fast. Alright, so how do you get the Black Wasp out of here? Rip our nose. Okay, I think if I remember right, you have to stay like right close to this building. Get around. Yeah, as soon as you get on the main road, it's easy shot to the carrier. Let's go. Yeah, we're just verifying it worked. I actually never. I was actually more worried about the realm timer than I was everything else, because people were talking about abusing them on the official server, so I had to make sure, even though, oh, no, 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 no. Our wings came out. I just wanted to make sure the rearm timer was actually taking effect for him, so limits how much people can bombard with them. We're still going to go and adjust the price. And right now we're basically just doing a spawn test on... Oh, that's where the mortars landed. They landed right there in the street. Now we're just doing like a spawn test. Make sure the jets still work here in Kavala. And this is a completely different spawn system than you'll see on EU11. They have they spawn their aircraft and jets based on the player's position, which allows you to spawn them anywhere, which is a really horrible idea. But they do it to make them carrier compatible. I do it using all the default systems. Oh no, did I just get stuck on something? Yep. Oh no, our controls aren't set up. Thanks. I completely forgot I didn't set my controls back up. Oh, this is really awkward trying to fly without proper controls. Oh my god. Actually, I think our jet might just be damaged. Please don't fly into the zone. Please don't fly into the zone. He's gonna fly in the zone. I think we're about to explode. Wow, he was so close to flying inside the no-go zone. So let's see where this dude lands us. Oh, yeah, looks like he's turning back for the carrier. Good stuff. Yeah, as soon as it's done, we'll jump back into the code and edit the mortars pricing. Oh, that totally scares me the way this guy flies, man. Like, this AI freaks me out. Like in real life, this is like an incredibly shallow glide slope. Never fly like this, I don't think. Yeah, he's literally just flying. Wow. AI just killed us. So I'm guessing that's because the jet was damaged. Didn't have the skills to land it, or he's just dumb. That was actually funny. AI sucks. That's. I've never actually seen the AI crash like that. That's really funny. I think we may have damaged that plane a little bit more than we thought when we hit that pole. Okay, so let's jump back in. Right, let's make our patch notes for tonight. This is going to be patch 16. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I always like keep these patches with the YouTube video numbers. So this is YouTube video number 16. Okay, we're going to adjusted mortar pricing. Oh. And we're going to save that to go find the requisition list. Where's requisition? And we're looking for defense items. Defense. Order, pumping that up to 10,000 to match. That's blue for it. Op for it. Thousand. Boom. Go at this up to GitHub. Copy and paste that. Right, first item on our list is done tonight. Okay, lower team kill threshold to stop players from evading team kill penalties. So that's next. Okay, we need to find the script we're going to be working on later. This is the income payoff. That's going to be how we do team balancing. Right. So team kill. I completely forgot what the. Nope. I've literally completely forgot what the variables they use for team kill here. Friendly fire, that's what they call it. Friendly fire. Okay, we do need the constants back up. Okay, so the first thing we're going to adjust here is in Warlords constants. The friendly fire at. Man, I wish this was highlighted still. I used to have a linter that highlighted this, and I don't anymore. It's super hard to read when everything's the same color. Okay, friendly fire record duration is 1200. And friendly fire threshold is 3. And this is what the guy was abusing. Because I'm guessing he had a timer or something. And he was spacing his kills out. So he wasn't getting his kills inside that 1200 seconds. So, get wrecked, dude. I just messed you up. Okay, so we just lowered the friendly fire threshold to 2 to screw that guy over. And let's see what else this code does. I think we may randomize this. Instead of having 1200 seconds, I think we're going to possibly randomize that. Because I don't want people literally, because I'm almost sure this guy was sitting there with a stopwatch or something to space his kills out. Okay, this is okay. This part is just setting up. It's getting the timestamps for the kills. If friendly kill is greater than threshold, okay. So if it gets greater than or equal to the timestamps or greater than the threshold, then it runs this code. All right, so this is getting the player unique ID. I'm not seeing where I can randomize this. What variable are we looking for here? Search that specifically, see if we can. Wow, that's used nowhere in the code. Being serious? Oh. So it's recording the time when you kill somebody that's on your team using the server time. Okay, if I'm reading this right, there is no duration for friendly fire. Like it just, oh, that makes so much sense. Because we had a pilot on the server who friendly fired just a single guy, but I guess he got the black screen. I was like, how did that guy get the black screen since he hasn't killed 3 people? He must have killed 2 other people earlier in the mission. Because apparently this just records it forever. So every 3 kills you get, friendly fire kills, you'll get the black screen, I think. Oh no, I've never friendly fired anybody on official servers, so or not enough to get the black screen. Okay, well, I guess we improved it. Improved friendly fire. Not gonna sit there and wonder about it. Tightened friendly fire. Threshold. Limit abuse, specifically talking about that one person on the official server that was abusing it. Okay, so save that. Okay, I completely forgot to actually do a code review there, so let's hop on GitHub. Sure, I Okay, cool. I just checked GitHub. Is Gucci, so we got that done. Okay, so next up is we're going to look at the sector reset code. In this one, I'm not sure if we're actually going to do anything with it. We're just going to look at this voting reset. I don't actually know if I want to add a new UI. I'd rather work on Redux type stuff. If it looks like there's a really easy way to do this, I'll do it. But because there's UI elements involved, all right, so let's figure out what this is calling. So this is the UI part of it. It's hint handle. Yeah, so this is a part that sets up the UI elements, but what is it calling? So the all right, it doesn't say what variable it's calling. That sucks. Order target reset. Okay, here we go. So order target reset under client. Okay, so this is the more UI stuff. Because it's calling setup UI and it's calling funds control. Okay, yeah, doesn't do us any good. It's not what we. Okay, target reset. This is this. Maybe? No, it's still a client-side script. Yeah, I'm starting to think we're not going to do this because too much UI stuff. More client-side stuff. Yep, this is calling a UI elements. This is more UI. This is doing the more UI stuff. This is where you push the key. This is UI stuff. Where in the world is the server side of this? There we go. I found the server side. And I immediately lost the server side. Okay, target set. Right. Found the server side. So target selection. No, this is target selection. This isn't reset. Target reset. There we go. Okay, so this is server side target reset. All right. What is this doing? Target reset time. Okay, this is where it sets up how many votes it needs. Voted yes, voted no. And I've already tightened this number down pretty low, so like say you have 12 people on the server, you only need 3 people to vote for you. Oh, if you have 12 people on your side. Uh, Only need 3 votes. Even with that, I still couldn't get a team to vote for it, so. So target, this is getting called from somewhere else. I guess this is getting called from the client side. Okay, so we got to figure out who's calling Warlords to target reset handler. We can figure that out. Maybe we can do that, and then I can just rewrite. I can copy and paste this script and rewrite it to make a force to target reset. Okay, so this is where it gets compiled. Interesting. It's called inside the initialized client and just sits there the entire time. And it's called on the initialized server too. That's not good. Oh, I think we just nuked that idea. I don't want to have an extra script just sitting in the background. Oh, okay, well, scrapping that idea. I know that's code I don't want to mess with. Boom. Okay, so team balance code. That's the next thing we're going to work on. That'll be the last thing we'll work on tonight here in Warlords. And this one is going to be okay. I'll put a thinking caps on for this one. So first thing we have to do is we have to create an array of a blue side. So first thing we're going to do here, go to the beaky. Where in the world is the change log? At the I learned a good lesson last week when I was working on Reforger stuff. Don't ever like Google BI wiki because I've always called this the beaky. Yeah, if you Google BI wiki, it comes up with something you really don't want to see. So as soon as the results popped up, I was like, oh, the rest of the world thinks that's bi wiki. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted at all. Okay. First thing we're doing is checking arrays. Okay, create array. So the first thing we want to do is private. We're going to make two arrays here to be private. The blue array. And we are going to initialize this as empty. Then I'm going to make a second one, which is going to be a 4. Okay, so we have those done. So now we need to fill these arrays with something. So now we need side. We need to get side player. Okay, this might actually be easier if we just search code for this. Okay. So we know blue 4 is defined as west. My goodness. Okay. Nope. So I need to figure out how he is getting bind side. So we need to figure out where this side is defined. Side ID. Nope. Respawn markers. Okay, this is the kill reward handler. At some point we may need to go through and fix this one because you're no longer getting, you don't get payouts when you kill stuff on your own side anymore. And it's because it gives you a kill reward based on the side of the unit. I don't know if we'll actually be able to fix that. Okay, side array. Sets who kills each other. Okay, apparently side is the actual thing we need here. Okay, that's not it. Okay, this might be the code we need. Sides array, then it selects sides array and it's finding this player's side. So this is kind of bad because this BIS Warlords player side is a black box code which we don't have access to. It's kind of a bummer. So I wonder if I just put, no, I can't do players. I have to, hmm. So this is one of the parts I was worried I was going to get stuck on. So I need to fill this array up with something that finds the player's side. Oh, I think the code's right here. This all warlords, select side player, X side. Hmm. I don't actually know how to get an array of players in SQF. If it was just one player, I could do it, but I don't know how to. Let's do East. Let's look up East, see what. Select side, find side. Hmm. I will spend a ton of time on this. Search Discord really fast. So if I can't find an answer on Discord real quick, we'll probably call the end of this stream, jump on and start doing Reforger stuff. Still look through Discord here, trying to find. Yeah, this should be something super easy. I'm just not thinking of this. Okay, let's jump back on the wiki real quick. Um, Side. I'm willing to bet there's probably an example somewhere in here on the wiki. Wow, they give you literally tons of stuff you can do with the array, but I literally just need an example of setting up side array. So something like this, kind of need. I have a feeling when we actually find the answer here, it's going to be super duper easy. Hey, I'm going through the Discord super fast here, see if I can find a. I think what we're trying to do is so basic, I can't actually find an example for it anywhere. Okay, let's do one more search of the wiki here, see if we can find ourselves an answer. If not, okay, so side array is what we apparently are looking for. Oh, this is Arma 2 stuff. Not what I want. Side array. Looks like I could just use the command west, but I know that's literally not going to work. Blue array equals. Let's just roll with something here. Okay. Side. %, know this code is not going to work, but we're going to do it anyways. Okay, I'm just going to start the game up and we're going to see what error it throws at us to, that might point us in the right direction for setting this up. Because once I get an array of the sides, east and west, I just have to count them. And once I have the number, then we can start doing the team balancing stuff. Which is just a couple if-then statements or if-else statements. Yep, there we go. Okay, so we got an error message. Error side type string expected. Ah, okay. So we put a string in there because duh, we are using quotes. Array can't accept strings. Unlike Reforger, where we could define the array as a string. Okay, so those are no longer strings, so in theory, it should be grabbing something from east-west. I have no idea, though, what it's actually going to be grabbing. And this is the last, I think, major feature we plan on adding to Redux. After this, it's going to be all Reforger if I can get. Okay, so error type side expected object group location. Oh, right. So, oh, plus I'm missing a semicolon. This is how I code in Redux. I just used error messages because sometimes setting stuff up in SQF is not as simple as I want it to be. Plus, I literally just woke up. My brain is totally not working correctly right now. Already thinking about Reforger stuff. Okay, so we're missing a object there, and okay, it does not like these, so we need to need some way to get a player count. Or to get sides. Missing something insanely obvious right now about this array. So let's go back here. I wonder what this code right here. You see this code, BIS faction east, big faction west. Fortunately, that's black box code. I don't have access to it. Because it looks like he already has a way of getting the east and west faction. All right, so what we're going to do this time is and then I'm going to force override that to west. And I'm going to override this to east. So what this should do, it should set the blue array. It's going to look at west, east, gorilla, then it's going to select sides array for east, or west in this case. So it should only give us an array of west, if I'm reading this correctly. And this should only give us an array of east, I think. That works. We can start counting the number of items in the array, which is going to be our next step. I seriously doubt this is going to work. If this doesn't work, we'll take one mouse look at the array entry on the Beaky, and That may be the end of our Redux stream tonight. Apparently my brain is not putting two and two together. Oh, it worked.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
Okay.
Select sector.
So we're gonna wait for 70, I think 75 seconds. Go for something. See if my money ticks up to make sure that script is still working. I didn't break anything. Let's go.
Sector selected.
This is a super exciting part. Does the CP payout script? I don't see why the script would stop working, but I just want to verify it works. So once we actually get to the part where we're testing this payout script, I may lower the payout time to like 5 seconds or something, just to speed this testing up. Because sitting here for 75 seconds or something, every time we want to test this is gonna be dumb. There we go. Okay, we got money. Okay, so now we have got our array of sides. Now we need to count the items in the array and to print that out to myself so I can see how many people are on the server per side. Okay, so now we need to go to Discord and I need to pull up my counting code. So when I wrote the mine removal script, I made some counting code. And what this code is going to do, we're going to name this to blue text. Let's call it blue count. Count number of blue balls on the server, and we are going to count all items in that array of blue array. Okay, and then this part of the code takes and that's formatting it into a string from an array because SQF is dumb and doesn't let you print out things in our strings. Unlike Reforger code. It's going to work on a little bit later tonight. Okay, so this should give us a blue array, and then we're going to copy and paste this, and we are going to make a red array. So red count. Okay, we need to fix some other stuff too. So we need to go to sector payout period. Find that in the constants. Sector payout period. Sector payout. See here. Okay, sector payoff period. We're going to drop this down to 5 seconds. And this code actually needs to be inside this sector payout period. So, because I want this to print out each time there is, oh my god, that formatting, that is toxic. So this, I want this count code to print out every time we get a sector payoff, which now is going to be 5 seconds. And we definitely got to make sure we fix that before we finish up tonight. Because that would be hilarious if people were getting money every 5 seconds. So like a year ago, I was working on this code. I forgot what I was working on, but I somehow put a bug in where every second you were getting 1,000 CP. That was a lot of fun. Trying to figure out what I did for that one. So basically, everybody was getting max CP in a minute. I was like, no, what have I done? To this day, I still don't know what I actually broke on that code. But it was hilarious just giving everybody max CP nonstop. Ever since then, I've gotten like super sketch about messing with anything related to CP. So
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
why is it saying there's 4 blue balls on the server? Okay. Okay, I should have wrote this code a little bit better. Crap. I forgot to adjust the text inside the red out for. Whoops. Number of red balls on the server. Let's jack that up to 10. Oh, 5 was a little bit excessive. And I gotta figure out why it's saying 4 instead of... Because it was saying 4 on both sides? Why in the world would it say that? Okay, let's get rid of this code. So we definitely know it's getting an array, and it is counting the array, but it's counting the wrong numbers inside the array. I am much confused at the moment.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector.
Why is this code running twice? Oh, it's running for both sides, for each side. Okay, got it.
Sector selected.
Yeah, well, it's definitely running when it pays me money, but it is giving me the wrong numbers. Okay, next up, what we're gonna do is... It's almost like it's just taking the sides array and it's printing out the number of things in the side array, which would be 3 or 4 items. So next we're going to do, we're just going to verify that it's printing, what I think it's doing is just printing this array for some reason. Disable AI. So to verify that that's what it's doing, we are going to put a whole bunch of AI in the mission. So the number I should get now is 30 something. If it still gives us 4, we know we done messed up somewhere.
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
Yeah, okay. It's just pulling that array. Alright. Well, that's unfortunate. Thought we had made some progress. We clearly had not. Hmm. So that code definitely does not work. Good old Google. Okay. Returns account. Oh, so player numbers command returns count of occupied role selection slots for a given side. Players who claimed a slot in the lobby but did not start the mission are counted as well. AI bots will be treated as player. This is exactly the command we needed. God, Google, thank you. Dude, this is, oh my goodness. This is all I needed, dude. I was using the complete wrong concept here. So, blue count equals boom. Player numbers east. Dude, I knew when we came up with a solution for this, it was going to be like stupid easy. So now I literally just need to put blue count in here. Okay, now we have multiple commands that are overlapping each other. That's bad. So we're going to rename this to number. And we'll have to go clean all this code up later on, because right now this code is getting real junky. Really junky, really fast. Alright, so to explain to everybody exactly what I did, just in case it's not showing up on your phone. So we made 2 new values. We are using the player number side command, which we just found through Google. God. Instead of setting up an array that's trying to count every single player on the server, we literally found the command inside SQF that just gives us the number that we wanted. So we set up a blue and red number, counting player numbers east and west, which will also include bots. And then every 10 seconds, we should get this printed out twice. Because it's going to do for each competing sides, and we have code right there. So we should get this, I think, twice every 10 seconds. We may have done it. I don't want to get my hopes up, but we may have got a team balancing system going. And as soon as we get the system done, it's on to Reforger to read more manuals, which is going to be super fun.
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
Okay, I should get numbers 1 and 0 are the expected. Yes! Yes, it worked. Okay. So we have 1 blue ball
Sector
on the server and
selected.
we have 0 red balls on the server. And it's happening every time our money's paid out. Sweet. So now all I have to do is filter the payouts. We're going to test with AI to make sure it's working correctly. With AI, we should get a number around 35 or something on both teams. Dude, we were trying to be smart and everything, build arrays and all that junk. Reality, dude, there was already a command built in the SQF to do exactly what we wanted. That's such a noob move, man. So we're expecting 35 blue balls and red balls.
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
36. Okay, we got 36 blue balls and 36 red balls. That is perfect. 72 total players, yep. Okay, so now all we have to do is filter this code based on who has the most CP. Or who has the most players on their team. Set that back to 1. Alright. So, how would I do that? Comment all this code out. I haven't actually thought this far ahead because I didn't think we would be getting this far tonight. So I want to keep it inside this while statement, and I want to keep the sector payoff period correct. And we have to keep this income code because this is where it gets how much I'm just going to get rid of this code completely here. Save that in case we need it later, which I'm sure we will. So I need to run this code, but I need it, it's like basically inside this if-else statement. Let's go to the wiki and get our formatting correct for so I need to find a way to fit a bunch of if-else statements in here and like repeat this code. But this whole loop at the bottom, like a couple weeks ago, we had super bad trouble with these for each commands. They messed everything up. Maybe I could just repeat this code a whole bunch. So if I take this entire code block and I put this entire code block inside if else statements, and then I could just repeat this code, I think, over and over. I'm wondering. You know what, let's just try that, see what happens. So that's how we roll. Make sure I get my formatting right. Okay, so this uses parentheses. Boom. If blue num equals red num, all right, so theory, what should be happening now? We're going to turn AI on so both sides have the exact same number of people. And I need to make sure I format all this stuff right. And these if examples are really bad. Formatting's off. So if that number is equal to that number, which are defined up here, I should also make those private. Then we're just going to get a while loop, which is always going to run. It's going to wait till sector payoff. Yeah, let's just test it. I'm not sure if it's ever going to know to evaluate this, though. That's what worries me. Because this one is always evaluating. It's always looking for, because it's always true. And then it's just waiting for the payoff. So we may end up having to put this if statement inside these brackets right here. And then repeat this part of the code right there. Because I don't think this is actually ever going to evaluate. Luckily, we're going to know in about 10 seconds as soon as we start this mission up. I should have kept the red balls and blue balls in the code so I could see if it ever actually evaluated instead of just standing around waiting.
Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector.
Okay, cool. It paid me CP. Cool. I definitely regret removing. Okay, we're getting CP every 10 seconds. Okay, so it is evaluating.
Sector selected.
Right, so we're gonna take this code and we're gonna stick this code back into the but I need to find a better place to put this. I think right here. Okay, so I got that running. So now I need to take this code there. And we need to find a if else. So I do not know how to write multiple if else statements inside SQF. So you nest them. So you could just keep sticking if statements inside another if statement. This guy has right here, it's if server, then if random, then else. And then he has if another if inside of else, then another else inside that. So that's like 4 deep. Okay. So that's what we need to do here. But I have to do it with a whole bunch of code. So I would start down here. If parentheses, then and we paste that. Now this if statement, I need an else, which needs to be done. Yeah, I'm getting my formatting right here so I don't get mega confused. Right, so this one matches that one, right? Those brackets match. So after this one, this is where I get a little bit confused with SQF. I need an else statement inside that. Okay, so I do not put semicolon. Got it. Else, and then inside this statement, we copy and paste that again. Try not to get ourselves completely confused with our formatting here. Boom. Okay, then this is where I put my semicolon. Okay, so here we're going to put a blue number. If blue number is greater than red number, okay, so what should happen? We should have all three possible situations covered for as far as player count. So if player count is equal, then we run sector payoff period. And it pays out money. Inside that, it should, if blue number, so if that doesn't evaluate to true, which has me a little bit worried that this code may never run. If blue is greater than red, then it pays out money to them. Else, which would be red is greater than blue, it'll run this code, I think. Not sure what kind of result we're expecting here, but because it's going to keep paying both sides, which we'll have to work on that later. But I feel like we're making progress. I just want to see what happens. And I'm actually going to identify this stuff so I can see what part of the code. And red. Remember, blue balls on server is more than red. Number of red balls is less than blue. And here, less than red. More than blue. Alright, so we can at least definitely see what part of the code is running. If we get a system chat message saying more than red or less than red, we'll know what's up. And my music just stopped, which means it's been about an hour and a half into the stream. And probably a good time to wrap it up. And then we'll go do some more Forger.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector. Sector selected.
Okay, now we just wait a couple seconds, see if this code actually runs. Yeah, I think, yeah, this is doing exactly what I thought it was going to happen. So if the initial if statement never evaluates to true, the code will never run. So, okay, so we'll have to reattack that next week. So we got all the bare bones part of the code done. But we need to, what we need to do is move that while loop outside of, because we need it always to look at all these if else statements. And if the first one never evaluates, then none of the other ones will ever evaluate. Okay, we more or less know where our problem is. We got most of the coding done, and next week we can keep working on that. So I'm actually going to push this code up to GitHub, and I'm going to add it to the patch notes. Because we actually did get a lot of work done on the system. What was that, Arma? Okay, so more prototyping. Imbalance. Okay, cool. And next week we will work on improving the logic on that code when we're doing our first like hour of stream. Sure we didn't leave any okay, cool. Did I actually push that to GitHub? Really? Boom. Sweet. So what we'll do now is I'm going to end the stream real quick. And I'm going to retitle it, and I'm going to paste these patch notes onto the official Discord and stuff. And do all my backend stuff I gotta do for like gotta make a thumbnail super fast stuff. So I'll do that, and then I will be back with a Reforger stream with a new title, and we will be reading Reforger documentation for the hour or two. Depending how fast it goes, we may open up the editor and run through a tutorial real quick. But I think that's going to be next week. So I will see you guys in about 5 minutes while I reset the stream real quick.